We are going to make our beef gravy now, and what we have is our juice from the beef that is starting to boil in our pan. If you feel like you want to make more gravy, you can always add some beef bouillon and some water, or another Lipton onion soup. You can add another packet of that and some water. Okay, so we've got about 2 cups of juice here, and it's boiling, and we want to add our flour to make our thickening. So about 1/2 cup to start with of flour to put in our bowl to make our flour paste. All right, so we have to have cold water or else it'll lump up. So make sure it's good and cold out of your tap. And you'll want to just whisk it in. Until it's kind of try to get the lumps out as best you can. Not real thick. You can always add more water if it starts to thicken up once you pour it into your gravy. Too thin if it's too thick. And if it's too thin or not thick enough, you can always add a little more flour paste, okay? So we've got that. A good way to keep those lumps out, the flour lumps. My juice has some lumps because of some of the beef drippings that are in here. So my juice is boiling. You want to keep it boiling. And it should have a pretty good flavor because of the Lipton onion soup mix. You can add salt and pepper, but you can always add that after too, to make sure that the taste is right where you need it to be. Sometimes you need 3 hands, and I don't have 3 hands right now. But to make sure that I don't get flour lumps, I take one of these strainers and pour my flour mixture in there. You want to kind of hurry and stir. Ooh, and there's got little bits of onion from the Lipton onion soup mix. Ooh, it's going to be very tasty. And you just kind of stir that until it gets all, I can feel it in the whisk that it's starting to thicken up. All right, once you get it thick, turn it down to low. But it's looking like it's way too thick for me. So what I want is to add some water to it. Okay. So you just stir that in. Whisk it in until it's the right consistency. You don't want it too thick, but you really don't want it too thin either. It's just awesome for your roast beef dinner, for a beef pot pie, and I want to, I'll post those recipes, how to, make the beef pot pie from this meat, and that makes these amazing meals. And kind of takes the guesswork out of your week's menu planning. You probably want to mix up. I don't like to serve my roast beef every night, my leftover. I can switch it up if you want to save some of your meat and put it in the freezer and then pull it out maybe a couple days later, or I at least try to have a day between red meat and white meat. A chicken dish after having roast, or just something different, just to mix it up. So there we have it. There's your gravy, and then you can taste it. Make sure it might need a little bit of salt and pepper,